I knew something was wrong the moment I saw her in that dress. It wasn't the way she looked. She was beautiful, always had been, but the way she smiled at herself in the mirror. It wasn't her usual, distracted half-smile she gave before a night out with me. No, this one was softer, private. The kind of smile a woman wears when she's thinking about someone else. "Wow," I said, leaning against the doorframe, trying to sound casual. "You're really going all out tonight. What's the occasion?" She turned around, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear. Her lipstick perfectly matched to the wine-colored dress that hugged her curves like it had been made for her. "Just dinner with Mia and the girls," she said easily. My chest tightened. That same dress, the one she'd refused to wear on our anniversary last month because she said it was too fancy. "Dinner, huh?" I asked, crossing my arms. "Where are you going that needs heels that high?" She laughed lightly, brushing off the question. "You're being paranoid, James. Just dinner. I'll be home late, okay?" And just like that, she kissed me on the cheek, lightly, mechanically, and left. The door clicked behind her, and the sound stayed in my ears long after she was gone. Started months ago. Subtle things, small shifts that only someone who really knew her would notice. The late nights, the sudden interest in yoga, the way her phone stayed glued to her hand like an extra limb. But it wasn't the cliché signs that hurt the most. It was the distance, the quiet in bed, the new perfume I didn't recognize, the laughter that no longer included me. I told myself I was imagining things, that after 7 years of marriage, maybe the spark just dimmed a little. People grow, life gets routine. But deep down, something in me had already started grieving long before I had proof. That night, though, I couldn't sit still. I stared at my phone for an hour, debating. I wasn't the type to snoop or track. I'd always believed trust was sacred, but trust can also be the weapon that kills you slowly. When the clock hit 9:15 p.m., I picked up my keys and drove. I didn't know exactly where I was going, but my gut led me downtown, to the new rooftop restaurant she'd been talking about. "Too expensive," she'd said when I'd suggested we go. "Not really my kind of place." I parked across the street, feeling my heartbeat in my throat. I didn't want to find anything. God, I prayed I wouldn't. But then, through the glass wall of the rooftop, I saw her. The dress shimmered under the dim lights, the fabric catching every flicker of the city glow. She wasn't with Mia. She wasn't laughing with a group of friends. She was sitting across from a man. He was leaning in close, smiling that confident, intimate smile men reserve for women they already know are theirs. She laughed. Full, unrestrained, glowing. The kind of laugh I hadn't heard from her in months. My stomach twisted. I stood there in the cold October wind, my hands shaking on the steering wheel, watching her tilt her head, touch her necklace, lean closer. It wasn't just a fling. It was affection. Something deeper. Something that had once been ours. I couldn't go in. I couldn't make a scene. I just sat there until she left. When she finally walked out with him, their hands brushed, then held. I felt something inside me break cleanly, like glass under pressure. She didn't see me. I let her go. When she came home that night, she tried to slip into bed quietly, thinking I was asleep. "How was dinner?" I asked softly, eyes open in the dark. She froze. "Oh, good. We had fun." "You were right, I did overdress a little." "Yeah," I said, my voice steady. "You looked beautiful." There was silence. Then she rolled over, pretending not to hear the weight in my tone. That night I didn't sleep. I listened to her breathing beside me, even and calm, while my mind tore itself apart. The next morning she woke up cheerful. I made coffee, acted normal. My calm scared even me. "Big day?" I asked as she fixed her hair. "Yeah, meetings all afternoon," she said, checking her phone again. "You?" "Not much. Might do something I've been putting off." She smiled absently. "That's good, babe." She left without a second glance. I didn't confront her right away. I wanted her to feel safe. To let her think I still believed her. I needed her to reveal who she'd become. This woman who could look me in the eyes and lie so effortlessly. That evening I texted her. "You still out with Mia?" She replied, "Yeah. Don't wait up, red heart." It was 8:42 p.m. I drove to the restaurant again. Different dress. Same man. This time they kissed before they sat down. My hands gripped the steering wheel so tight that my knuckles turned white. My breath came shallow, controlled. The kind of control you build when you've already decided something. When she came home I was waiting, this time with 2 glasses of wine. She smiled, startled. "You're up late." "I thought we could talk," I said, handing her a glass. "About us." "Us?" she echoed, nervous now. "Yeah. I've been thinking a lot about how distant we've been. About how you've changed lately." I sipped my wine slowly, watching her. "And I realized maybe I haven't been enough. Maybe you needed something more." Her lips parted slightly. "James, what are you talking about?" "I saw you," I said quietly. Her voice died mid-sentence. The color drained from her face. "At first I thought I was crazy. But then I saw you again. Same man. Different night." She didn't speak. She just stood there, trembling, eyes glistening. "I didn't yell," I continued, my tone calm, eerily calm. "I didn't break anything. I didn't even follow you inside. I just watched. Because I needed to see who you really were." Tears spilled down her cheeks. "James, please. Don't," I said, holding up a hand. "Don't lie again. You put that dress on for him, not me. And you know what hurts most? You didn't even look guilty about it." "I made a mistake," she whispered, her voice cracking. "It didn't mean anything. I was confused." Confused? I laughed bitterly. "You weren't confused when you smiled at him. When you kissed him. When you lied to my face." She stepped forward, crying harder. "Please, we can fix this." I shook my head slowly. "No, Emily. You broke something I can't fix." I set down my glass and walked to the door. She followed, panicking. "Where are you going?" "To do what I should have done the first time you lied." "James, please don't." I turned, meeting her tear-streaked eyes one last time. "I'm not leaving because I hate you. I'm leaving because I loved you too much to ever see you like this again." She collapsed against the wall as I stepped out. It's been 6 months since that night. The divorce papers went through quietly. I moved into a small apartment overlooking the harbor. Some nights I still think about her, the woman she was before the dress. I don't know who that man was or if they lasted. I don't care anymore. What I do know is that betrayal doesn't happen in the moment you catch them. It starts long before, in every small lie and every fading touch. And sometimes, the strongest response isn't anger or revenge. It's silence. Walking away without another word, leaving them to face the emptiness they created. Because sometimes the most powerful ending is no ending at all.